William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We are here at the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting, the agency known as DART to Dallas, Texas residents. As a service to the Dallas community, we plan to cover DART board meetings from gavel to gavel. Public comments are required to keep DART board aware of issues close to the ridership that they may not get through other resources.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. We are now calling the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board of Directors meeting to order. It is now 6:32 p.m. and the first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from February 13th, 2018. Is there a motion or any edits before the motion? Approval and a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye, or push your button, or what? Let's push our buttons, just practice. Okay. All in favor, push your yes. All opposed, push no. We are unanimous. We have passed our minutes. Great. The next item is the CAC report on February 15, 2018. I believe we have the chairman here. Yes, we do. Welcome.
Good evening. At our January meeting, we were introduced to DART's new electric bus with a tour and information about it. The bus is manufactured by American Automotive and Energy Storage Company, Proterra, and was obtained with a low-no grant from a low or no emission vehicle program. The proposed purchase order will include 6 more buses for a total of 7 to be used on the D-Loop route. The cost of the bus without the grant is $970,000. Our CNG buses in use now cost $500,000. The grant was given to DART to test the electric vehicles and make recommendations for changes. We rode the bus to the charging station near K. Bailey Hutchison Convention Center. Drivers will be trained to be careful to avoid accidentally going under an overhead charger that they will not use, because once the charger detects a specific bus, it will not allow that bus to use one of the other chargers. The bus is 35 feet in length and can hold 27 passengers. It has a 10-minute charge time with a 30-mile range per charge. A nice feature was that the bus, while in motion, automatically levels itself so passengers don't have to walk at a slant. The upholstered seats were comfortable, but more narrow than in non-electric vehicles. Some comments made by CAC members were that the step-up area at the rear of the bus needs more distinctive markings that stand out because the yellow color scheme blends in with the other yellow warnings. The stop notification strips mounted near the window require out-seat passengers to have to awkwardly reach over window passengers in order to press it. The ceiling at the back of the bus was so low that passengers were bumping their heads on it. It was stated that cushions may not be present on seats in the final version of the bus, and there was concern that the replacements may not be as comfortable. The ride was very bumpy, maybe because the bus is lower to the ground than buses presently in use. Back at our meeting under new business, we decided to have at our March meeting a speaker give us an update on high-speed rail. CAC members Dave Grady and Charles Gillette will give a report about the DART board retreat. CAC members Sam Parson and Madonna Gallo will inform us about the economic mobility program they attended. Also, we may have new rail and bus seats in the meeting room for us to test. Under old business, there were more questions about fare changes and a request for a chart explaining. Staff will email a comprehensive fare breakdown chart to members that they can use reference when people ask questions. One member stated that the handicap doors on transit vehicles close too fast onto passengers because the doors don't have sensors. The meeting was adjourned at 7:30 p.m. And again, anytime any of you want to come to our meetings, we're glad to have you. Thank you for letting us get
Thank you
out.
very much. Appreciate your service. Thank you. The next section is our public comment period. I'm going to read our script here about public speaking. The general public comments will be allowed at the beginning of each dartboard meeting for a total of 30 minutes, and again at the end of the meeting when the 30-minute period does not accommodate all persons who've been signed up to speak. If you wish to speak at the end of the meeting, please fill out a public speaker card and turn it in to board support and staff prior to the start of the meeting. Individuals who have addressed the board in the past 30 days will be recognized to speak during the public comment period at the end of the meeting. During the public comment period, board members may not interact with the speakers or other board members by asking questions or offering their own comments. Members of the public are reminded that their behavior during dartboard meetings is governed by the Dartboard Code of Conduct for citizens, news media, and visitors. Personal attacks, impertinent or slanderous remarks, and boisterous conduct will not be allowed. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board. The green light on the podium will indicate when you can begin speaking. The yellow light indicates that you have 1 minute remaining, and the red light indicates that your time has expired. Our first speaker this evening is, Andrew Moss. Mr. Moss here?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. It will be followed by Dick Rivas, will be our next speaker after Mr. Moss.
Good evening. I sincerely want to thank all of you for taking an active interest in the police department. I'm here today to bring several important issues to your attention. Since the 7/7 terrorist attack, Chief Spiller, Deputy Chief Walling, and Gary Thomas have ignored numerous requests from Officer Rotana, Officer McBride, and their positions not to be placed in the CBD for mandatory overtime because of the trauma they suffered, especially when alternate assignments are available in other areas. In one instance, Rotana had a severe panic attack and had to go home early. Due to the impact of this on their mental health, Rotana and McBride are now on alternative duty, off the streets, at a desk, instead of contributing to making DART safer. Rotana and McBride have attempted to meet with Spiller to discuss these issues, but he refuses to meet with them. Now, due to Spiller and Walling's indifference, Rotana and McBride are not allowed to mark up, meaning they will not get their desired shift assignments, disregarding their seniority. Spiller and Walling had an opportunity to do the right thing and make an exception for the 7/7 heroes, but did not. Rotana and McBride are heroes and deserve to sign up with everyone else. The rifle program Spiller developed requires officers to buy their own equipment. Is this really what the board wanted when advocating for this program to keep officers and the public safe? On 7/7, if officers were equipped properly, the outcome could have been drastically different. Hopefully the rifle program will not take 4 years to implement like the TASER program has. Further, the police department is still without adequate crowd control equipment. Make no mistake, officers are not leaving the Dartmouth Police Department to go to municipal agencies to kick down doors or for better benefits. They're leaving because of the culture of fear, favoritism, retaliation, and blatant indifference. If you're not in the clique, then you do not get the benefit of favorable treatment. Sadly, due to Spiller's failure to retain officers, he's had to resort to supplementing manpower with security guards. Excessive fatigue is also a major problem. Why is Spiller refusing to provide the telestaff reports the board has requested on 6 occasions? Officers believe it is because it will clearly show mandatory overtime is assigned in an unfair manner. I bring these issues to your attention today because police officers and fair enforcement officers are afraid of experiencing retaliation if they report favoritism, discrimination, sexual harassment, or other issues due to speaking out. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it. The next speaker is Dick Rivas. And that, Mr. Rivas is followed by Molly Bayer.
Good evening. I'm Dick Rivas, a retired journalist. I live near Inwood Station. I came here tonight to ask you all 3 questions. but now I have 4. I'm one of the members of the committee that's opposing the fare hike. And today I decided, with a partner, at 1.2, to distribute our leaflets and collect signatures on our petition outside your office. The DART, the supposed guards, and the DART police, and also DPD came and told me I couldn't do that. I told all of them that I was on a public sidewalk, that I believe if the DART workers struck, they could walk up and down that public sidewalk with picket signs and leaflets, and that public spaces, you can agitate for public causes, and I invited them to arrest me or give me a ticket so we could clarify this issue. I believe that between the benches and the colored tile and the porch of this building is a public sidewalk. If it's not, you have my address. I wish somebody would inform me. I told them to go ahead and arrest me, and that tomorrow I would be at the Dallas News with the arrest papers, that I invited that. It's a free speech question for me, not a DART question. I think the public sidewalk should be open to agitation. Now, the 3 questions I came to ask are more felicitous, and maybe you all have experts who can refer me to for answers. Is that telling me my time?
You have a minute. Tells you have a minute.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, let me hurry through it. I've got an article, unlike Will Rogers, all I know is what I get in the newspapers. I've got an article I would like to give each of you saying that Chicago has imposed a 15% tax on Uber, Lyft, and other ride-hailing services, and is providing millions of dollars direct to the Chicago Transit Authority. The other thing is, our city has money in the tourist tax. I'd like to know if DART gets a cut of that, the hotel tax. $387,000 from that hotel tax are paying for a convention for the NRA. We know DART serves tourists, so I think DART should get a cut of that tax. And we're wondering if y'all looked into that before you decided on the fare increase.
Are you through?
Yep,
Thank you, sir.
my time's up.
Your time's up. Okay, well, thank you for coming down.
If there's anyone who can answer the question about the
Yes,
hotel tax.
Is
Anybody
Joe
here?
Marcella here? Can you answer the tax question for him, please?
You have to stay at city.
If not, y'all have my email address.
Well, I think that Mr. Thomas could probably answer it. You want to? Oh, Joe is going to answer it? Okay. Thank you. Our next speaker
give
is
you more
Ms.
than 3
Beyer,
minutes.
or
Sorry.
Bear,
I give you more than 3 minutes.
Molly Bear.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Molly Beyer, and I'm also here in regards to the fair hike. Talk a little bit about my background, because I think this interests me professionally. And second, but first I'm going to talk about personal reasons why I chose the fair hike. I'm middle class and I can afford the fair hike, but me and several of my coworkers do calculations and understand what is the cheapest way for us to, even though we make money, what is the most efficient way. So I've had several coworkers, and we will not be, if this fair hike passes and is implemented in August, we will not be writing anymore. So I think personally, that's maybe not my biggest concern, but that is my personal interest in this. Professionally, I have a background in public health and I'm a medical anthropologist. And historically, I have done research on, and I work in pediatrics now, I should mention. And I used to do research on food security, and I used to go to food pantries and talk to people, and we were trying to understand how social networks impacted somebody's ability to get food. And during this research, we determined that the biggest determinant of if somebody somebody could feed their children and feed themselves, that were already food insecure with access to transportation. And that was sometimes through friends, but many times that was through DART. Many food pantries are across from DART stations conveniently. And so I think that, and I had people cry to me about getting $3 or $5 worth of canned food because they haven't fed their children in 3 or 4 days. So if people are at this level of necessity for food, 45, 50 cents, or they have to take their kids on that need to pay to ride as well, you can see where you're impacting food security. So my other professional interest is in relationship to access to medical care. People, particularly people with chronic conditions, ride DART often, and to get to chronic care appointments. So generally 4 to 5 times a week. If you go on Harry Hines in Medical District, you'll see that those are the busiest DART stations in all of the city, and I've seen data to support that. So I think you're at risk of decreasing ridership, which is maybe more concerning to you, but I think I would urge you all to reconsider the fare hike and its implementation in any way possible, and find revenue elsewhere, because I think you are going to further marginalize people that are the most marginalized and the most needy. Thank you for your time.
We're going to go back to that was our last registered speaker. We're going to go back to our agenda again. The next items on the agenda are the approval of our consent items. Excuse me. We have item number 4, 5, and 6 on the consent agenda. Is there any questions any of the board members may have about any of those items? If not, do I hear a motion to approve item 4, 5, and 6?
So moved.
And a second? All right, thank you. Board members, if you will please vote on the machine, yes if you approve, and no, obviously, if you do not. Thank you. The consent agenda passes. Excuse me. The individual item was discussed at the committee of the whole only, and now we'll go into the end of the meeting public comments, and we do have a registered speaker. It's Mr. Germany. Oh, I'm sorry, we have a few others. Thank you. You're up, Mr. Germany.
Hey, good evening. Thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Destin. Hope you're all doing well. I basically came up here to talk about my vision for what I see DART, or like what it could be. I see a beautiful, robust system that basically gets everybody where they need to go, anytime they need to get there. And like the two of my colleagues that spoke before me, we still want you guys to reconsider the fare hike. I think that we put that in procedures and policies for that, and I think the way that you guys can do that is if somebody voted for the fare hike could recall the vote. And I'm not 100% sure on that, but I live in a clip, and so I'm not sure if you guys are broken as precincts when you guys are divided by who you represent. But Ms. Belmont, I believe, represents Dallas, and you voted for it, and so I would appreciate it if you could recall the vote. I think that me and my colleagues we would like to work with you guys and trying to find different alternative ways in which you guys can increase your revenue or the amount of money that you guys get through different sources. As Mr. Rita said, Chicago, they do a 15% tax on Lyft and Uber and rideshare programs and things of that sort. You guys could ask for more money in sales tax. I know that's state level stuff, but I mean, if there's any other way that you guys can try to get money so that we can have a better system in which you guys don't dig into the pockets of people who don't really have that much money, I think that we would all be more than willing to assist you or help you in that regard. And oh yeah, another thing too, when you guys passed it, there was some good things that were in there, like the fare capping. I think that's a really cool idea. That's a really good idea that you guys have. So you don't have to pay for the entire month if you've already spent that amount of money. That's a good thing to put in there. But you guys attach it to the fare hike, and I don't think that was kind of cool at all. But like moving forward, I also think that I'm not sure what the Citizens Advisory Council, but what they did was electric bus and like stuff like that. That was really nice. One of the things about people who are transit dependent is that they basically have to ride them. And we know that the buses as they are now are not as environmentally friendly as they could be. So basically you have people who are poor, who have like, essentially like bad health, and things like that, having to ride the system that's also not good for the health. As far as the role of the CAC, I'm just wondering if it's supposed to be you guys talking to the citizens, or the citizens talking to you guys, like how does that function as a group? Because if so, I think that it should be open to like more people, but not just the ones that you guys agree to be on there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'll give you more than 3 minutes.
Sorry, our next speaker is Alex Telecki, followed by Mr. Flowers. Ms. Telecki, would you do me a favor and speak clearly into your microphone so we make sure we hear it clearly and it gets recorded clearly?
Oh, for sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm here with my fellows in the North Texas Transit Riders, and we would like you to, if possible, reconsider the fare hike. And the current funding sources for DART are all pretty regressive. You either raise fares or you get your money largely from sales tax, which is again inherently regressive. And so we'd like if DART could start looking at, as Mr. Revis said, other sources of funding, taxes on ride sharing, looking at hotel taxes, going to something better than bringing the NRA to town. We will research that ourselves, and we would love it if you all would too, because folks really can't afford the fare hike. So, yeah, that's basically it. I think my colleagues have already said everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Telecki. The next speaker is Mr. Flowers, followed by Sherilyn Samuel.
Good evening, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
My name is Deshaun Flowers. Many of you may know me, many of you may not know me. I've been living in Dallas for the past almost 2.5 years. That's 730 days that I've used y'all's staffing either by bus, by transit, by trolley, and by train. And my thing is that I don't understand, y'all try to go up on the price of whether I go back home, I can ride the bus transit for $3 all day. But as I have heard from your bus workers saying they get unfair pay, which they make almost $20 an hour, I don't understand that. Let alone, I don't understand your grace period. I don't understand that y'all got these itineraries up and you have your workers not following itineraries, let alone get out and do whatever they want. It's like inmates running that song. You gotta let it go on, like it's okay. That's what I don't understand. Let alone, I'm a hard-working Joe trying to make ends meet, and let alone, like my friend just said when the NTX riders, it shouldn't go up. I gotta find a way. I know basically for everything to go on to make it better for almost 3 decades, the bus needs to connect with the train needs to connect with the buses on a consistent basis, not just one day it runs fine, next day it doesn't, and it's not paid. That's why this high turnover rate is going up, because basically people can't get to work because we rely on y'all, and y'all don't even meet us halfway. I'm done.
Good evening. I got a couple of important issues. When did DART join with Philip Kingston in endorsing the Lime Green Lights? The city of Dallas said in the news last night that they was not endorsing any of the bikes. They just trying to get to the point to which bike service they was going to use at the end. Well, on last week, Mr. Kingston had a meeting, Old Fellow and Bishop Arts, with the lime green bike owner. And we got a chance to ask questions right about on the index card. So my first question was, what was the involvement of Doyle? Mr. Kingston dropped his head as if, uh-oh, didn't want that to come out. But the owner was so excited, he started laughing. Okay? I got a lot of good information. Fairness is what it takes to make a peaceful anything, y'all. So what is fair about teaming up with the lime green bike owner and ignoring the rest of the bikes? That's not fair. Okay. Second of all, the lime green bike ran into my bus. That person hit that bus so hard he had to be transported by ambulance. And come to find out, the bike didn't have no brakes. So Dart name is attached to that. We need some answers. It used to be the company, everybody in the company would know what was going on with the new buses. They would send us heavy-set people and some of the small people to go examine the buses. But now it's not done like that no more. So we get crap. The next thing is we need to come together. I am sick and tired. I've been here, we marched 26 years, and we still have not got it right. I will be going to the city council to expose Mr. Kingston on what he did on last week with the lime green bikes. And I hope that Dart does not have anything to do with it. But why the bicycles on the fourth floor?
Thank you, Ms. Allen. That was our last speaker. At 6:59 p.m., I will be adjourning the Dallas Area Rapid Transit Board meeting. Thank you for coming down this evening, and we will close our next meeting.
Ms. William, hopefully your favorite videographer. We love comments. If you don't like the way Dart is handling things, lay it out for everyone to see. If you like or hate this video, tell us. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, tell us. We even love it when you call. Better yet, like or follow us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube and get instant notices